This is not yard waste. It is a 5-gallon bucket of carrots. All carrots. Okay, so I just pulled my garlic and now I got to get these carrots out of here. I planted these in around April 1st. So they're ready to come out. Pull the first one. Not bad at all. Put a bunch of these. Now these normally pretty long. You got to have really loose soil to get carrots like that. Sometimes you'll get a couple forks in these. I thought about planting again, but I think I'm going to have enough to where I won't need to plant again in this bed. I think I'll have enough carrots. I planted a ton of them, so this is 4 foot by 2, and I could see this being enough for us. What I normally do, like look at those beauties. I'm going to take these and I'm going to, there's 2 ways you could store them. You could put them in sand the way they are, just cut the grain off, put them in sand, and just wipe off the dirt. Don't rinse them with water or anything like that. There's another good one there. My wife loves these to just eat with like a dip or something like that. So she'll probably grab a bunch for lunch. The other thing is, whenever I store these, a lot of times what I'll do is I will take the carrots and do all the cleaning up of them, and then I'll cut them. I'll make some 2-cup vacuum sealed bags, about 2 cups. I'll measure and put 2 cups in, and then I'll put them in our deep freezer that's in a stand-up deep freezer that's in our garage, and those will last us. Tara will put those in chicken noodle soup she's making, whatever. She just grabs it, so she always has vegetables in with the side of beef that we get in our freezer, so we have food at hand ready. And this is free. Well, it's not free. I paid $8 for the seeds, but the seeds are pelletized seeds. And this is probably the 3rd set of carrots I got like this. And I have enough seeds for another probably 2 or 3 years. So I think that's a pretty good deal for all these carrots. And they taste good too. I was surprised that they seem to taste. I don't know if it's because I grew them or because they're just better. They just seem to have more flavor than other places. Yeah, there we go. I'm probably going to plant some Swiss chard in this bed. When you're planting in summer, July, what you're trying to do is find vegetables that you could plant when there is a short time frame. So beans, beets, Swiss chard, all those, anything that's less than 55 days, which is my next frost date, which is around the end of October. So with stuff like that, I could plant it and have a harvest. That garlic and onion bed will be planted with beans this week. And those beans will be out of there by first week of October, and I'll plant garlic in them again. So that garlic bed is never empty other than a day or two. It's always growing something. That's how you get your return on your investment for building a a raised bed. When I started out, you have to have good soil. So when I started in the garden with clay, I planted onions. They failed miserably. There was weeds everywhere. I couldn't contain anything. And then I started over and did these raised beds. I got good soil, and I've been doing that ever since. Man, it's crazy how many great carrots I have. This is going to be awesome. Some of these, I mean, I know that when you're planting fall carrots, you know that you can leave them in the ground. Oh, look at that. You can leave them in the ground and go out in the winter and just pull them when you need them. Because I don't think, sometimes if you leave them in too long, they'll get too rough and not the best tasting it could be. But I think in the fall, if you let them in there over the winter, I think it stops that part of that. Not positive, but I think that's what I think. Oh, look at this. This is absolutely crazy. I didn't even get this whole, I'm only halfway done with this. Oh, I'll do this and then come back. Okay, so I'm going to leave these ones in here. I planted 2 weeks apart. What I did is I planted my pelleted seeds, and I noticed there were some bare spots of when the other ones germinated, and we were going to have a good spell of rain for a week, and I thought that's the perfect time to just throw some seeds out there and try it. So I put the pelleted seeds out there. I didn't use any a board or cardboard or anything, and a lot of them stuck. So what you're seeing is what's left of the carrots that came up in the shadow of the other ones. So they did come up, they just didn't grow big yet, but that's because the other ones had a 2 to 3 week head start on them. So I'm going to let these grow for another 2 weeks while I get my plans to put some Swiss chard in here or some lettuce. All right, happy gardening.